I would say cross-cultural studies is a very important study.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. Hi, welcome to my vlog. Today is super exciting because I'll be talking with my friend from Solomon Island who is currently living right here in Kupang, is Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia. We'll have a fun and meaningful conversation about culture, differences, daily life, communication style, and personal experience. Alright, let's start by getting to know you. Can you introduce yourself and like your name and where you are from in Solomon Island and how long you have been living in here in Kupang?
Alright everyone, my name is Joseph and I'm from the western part of the Solomon Island. Where I came from is called Marova Lagoon, which I lived in, and my lagoon is known to be one of the largest saltwater lagoons throughout the world.
That's awesome. So, what has been the most memorable or interesting experience you've had since moving in Kupang?
That's a beautiful question, but I would say I really love to be here in Kupang and to spend time with people in this city. People here have been so friendly, they open their homes, and I got a fair treatment like everybody else.
Okay, in the segment 2 about culture differences. What's the biggest difference you've noticed between people in here and people in your country?
I would probably say, how do we live here? It's a bit different from how we live back in my country. Because the people in Kupang, we have better places to live. But as people back home, we live in a village where it's kind of like we're just trying to make it a day for us.
Okay, that's really interesting. Sometimes the small things show us the biggest differences between culture. Next questions on segment 3 is relationships between people. Now, how do people in Solomon Islands usually build a relationship? Are communities close? How about with neighbors?
The people in the islands have good communication with neighbors, with their friends and families, or even for the foreigners. They welcome foreigners, they welcome their friends who are traveling towards their community, and they give them special treatment, like they prepare a special food for them, they prepare a home for them, and they open their homes and they chat along with them throughout the time that they spend.
Okay, do you find it easy to make friends in Indonesia, especially in Kupang?
Here in Kupang, I would say it is easy to get along with everybody. However, my only challenge is the language barriers, which I'm trying to understand them and they trying to understand me.
Okay. Okay, next, segment 4, behavior and communication style. Now, how do people in Solomon Island usually communicate? Are they more calm and polite, or expressive and direct?
Sometimes, when a person do something offensive to them, they will go directly. But when it is nothing, it's just a joke. People understand when a joke, and people understand where to come in those conversations. But they are really open to each other. Sometimes they were mean, but they understand where you're going, and that's to them is okay.
Okay. Did you experience any kind of culture shock when you first talking with people here in Kupang?
I've experienced a thing that I noticed, a little detail that I noticed here amongst the people that I haven't do it back in my country, like the nose to nose touching. And when I found it here, I was shocked, like, oh, it's a beautiful thing, but it makes a person closer. It makes a person like become part of the family, and that to me is a wonderful thing.
Okay, go to the segment 5, core values. What are some of the most important values in your culture, like family, religion, working together, or respect for elders?
Those things are important values inside the communities, among the people, among the Solomon Islands, I would say. They respect their elders and they treat them with a special treatment. Also, the native people in the country have religions. Like when the missionaries bring the religions, the people go to church, they enjoy spending time worship. There are also values like how a friend treats each other, a brother, a sister, or maybe a husband and wife, which everybody live according to what is expected. So Solomon people, they love to do these things, but if there's a misunderstanding, there's always a way to solve it.
Okay. And do you find a similar values in Kupang?
I found it a bit similar to the people in Kupang because they value the respect to the elders or the leaders, and they value the relationship towards each other and their families.
Okay. Segment 6. How do people in your country see time? Are they very punctual or more relaxed about it?
The punctuality it defines, or I would say it depends much on the event. Like the events such as worship or schools or work. When it's important to them, they will be on time. But when it's it's optional to them, they will just go whenever they want, whatever time they want to turn up. So it's kind of they put the values, or they put the length to each other, the zones of the time. So when they put it together, they put the important things first, and the second things they just come under. So the punctuality of the people depends on how important the event to them.
Okay, and how do you compare that people in Kupang?
In comparison to that, I would say here in Kupang, it's interesting because everybody live according to the time. So no matter whatever the event is, that's from my opinion. I found people they go right in time, right on time. So it's interesting to me. They value everything. They value all the events that they have. So what I've learned is the Kupang people, the difference is their own time, while my people depend much on the event.
Okay, we go to the segment 7 about sharing knowledge about the Solomon Island. Now I'd really love to know more about your country. Can you tell us about the Solomon Island? Like how many islands there, the language, the culture, and maybe traditional food?
Thank you. First of all, I would say that the Solomon Island countries is colonized under British, which means that when they colonize our country, our language, they bring the English language. Now, it is an island that are combinations of 9 islands, which makes up 9 provinces, and each of the provinces have their own language. Each of the provinces have their own way of life or cultures that they live towards. So the people in the islands have mixed races, even though just in Solomon Island there were diverse of cultures, forming up things like Micronesians, Melanesians, Polynesians, and we have some Asians and Europeans right now.
Okay, what about your traditional foods?
Solomon Island traditional food is known to be the fish and the pudding. Since we live in the coastal areas, fish is one of the very essential thing to the people. So every day, the native food that everybody would prepare, even if guests arrive or important person, they will prepare fish and pudding.
Yeah. Now, pudding. Can you explain more about pudding? What is the pudding?
The pudding is made of cassava, and they grate it together and they mix it with the coconut cream, and they put it in an open fire and they wrap it with the banana leaves with the hot stones, and that's how they prepare cassava pudding. And they serve it with hot fish, either cooked or roasted.
And what about the rice?
Solomon people mainly do not eat rice, and their crops is just cassava and taro and potatoes.
Yeah.
Those are the things that they mainly use because those are the things they have it in the gardens. Rice has been exported or imported from countries like New Zealand, Australia, and other countries.
And what about the spicy food? Yeah.
That for sure is one of the things that I've noticed. When I came here, everything is spicy. So people in Solomon doesn't eat much spicy. It's an optional to them. We have spices, but not like how we have it here in Indonesia. It's some of the things they haven't. All the meals that they prepare, the spicy is optional. So if they want to, they did it. But if they don't want to, it's okay. So I found it really challenging to me at first. But I love to eat spicy today.
Okay. That sounds amazing. Yeah. What do you miss about your home? Yeah.
Okay, good question. I'm here for a few months now, and I miss my friends. I also miss my families who are at home. But when I came over here, I have new friends. I have new families, which makes me excited. Thank you.
Okay. After hearing your stories, I realized how important it is to understand and respect other culture. Sometimes what seems weird or different is actually just another way of life. I've learned that being open-minded helps us grow, and that cultural differences can actually bring us closer, not farther apart.
Thank you. I would say in that comment, a cultural thing or the way people live in their own places, it's different. So we all have our different cultural backgrounds, and we connect together, it makes us one. And also we have unique way of life. Sometimes it's different from others, the values are different and the way is different. But on the other side, it's okay to do it. So I would say cross-cultural studies is a very important studies. It makes you see how the world, it makes you view the world in a very different perspective. So when you see things differently, it gives you an open-minded that you can express yourself out to the people whom you do not know.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for joining me and sharing such a meaningful insight today. I hope you all enjoy this conversation and learn something new. Not just about the Solomon Island, but also about how valuable it is to embrace culture, diversity. If you like this video, don't forget to like and
Subscribe.
follow for more. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye everyone.
These last few weeks have been